Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. This is a beautiful Steinway XR built in 1920. It's got a mahogany finish, and an XR is kind of an odd model. It's a Model M, a 5'7" Model M, dropped into a larger case. It's a 6'2" piano. It measures 6'2", and it was originally a player piano. All the player mechanism is no longer in there. So this is basically an empty shell where all the player mechanism is. And it's a beautiful Steinway M put into a larger case. So the sound is, I feel like it's a much larger sound than an M usually puts out. So basically this has been in my house since 2001, so almost 20 years, in this very spot here, away from any exterior windows. It's been tuned twice a year. We've kept up on all the maintenance. And the only work that it's had done in the last 20 years since I've had it is obviously the tunings twice a year, and you know, if certain keys stopped working, we'd have the action fixed. If an Ivory key would maybe pop off every once in a while, we'd have that glued back down. But basically, this piano's been working great for me for 20 years. And I want to play it a little bit for you. I'll give you a little tour of all the things that you'll want to see. And hopefully you'll like it enough to purchase it. Thanks. So as I was saying before, I fell in love with this piano because it had such a kind of a rich, booming bass for the size piano that it was. And the other reason why I fell in love with it is because it does have this extra room in the front, which is where the player mechanism used to be. This flops up where you'd put the piano rolls, and this is where I would put my laptop or any of my work gear when I was composing. So if you're a composer or you like to do things like where you need an extra space, this is perfect. Of course, the music desk comes up just as far as you need it. The other kind of fun thing that is left over from the player piano part is this flips down where some levers used to exist here controlling the volume and things like that. So I'm going to play it for you for a little bit so you can hear how beautiful that bass is. Now it hasn't been tuned since COVID because we haven't had a piano tuner come in since then, so you'll hear a little bit of, it needs a little bit of tuning. So I kind of fell in love with that bass, and it's been sounding great all these years. So I am not a piano technician, but I wanted to kind of give you an overview of what I would look for if I was looking for a used piano. First thing I always look for is this part in the piano, this wooden part is called the bridge. And I would look for if there's any cracks in the bridge, and there's no cracks anywhere running the entire length of the bridge. You can't really see through the double strings here, but I assure you that the bridge is in perfect condition. The soundboard has no cracks in it. I did the flashlight test, shining a flashlight from the top to see if there's any light in the bottom, and it sounds like the crown is still there. The hammers are worn as much as like a home piano would be worn. You know, you see kind of the three grooves, but they still sound really, really kind of clear. There's nothing mushy about the attack of the piano at all. The strings, you know, I have not had these replaced except for one. You can kind of see that sticking out there. The dampers are all in great shape. They all work perfectly. The piano case itself is in great shape. It is mahogany. No really major scratches. I mean, there's little scratches, as you might expect, here and there for a 100-year-old piece of furniture. In the front here, there's some scratches from someone who had it before me. Obviously had some long fingernails, so you can kind of see some scratches on the front board there, on the fall board. And there's only one other piece that, in the effort of full disclosure, where there's a little tiny piece of this trim that broke off since I've had it, and I tried to repair it. It was just too small for me to do it well, so I just left it off. The keys are all ivory, and if you've never played on Ivory Keys before, you'll really love the feel of the full Ivory Keys, kind of gripping your fingers a little bit as you play. Kind of gives you a nice touch. And not all these ivories are original. The person who had the piano before me was a technician, so he replaced some of them. but all the ivory is intact and it plays really well. Finally, I would always check the pedals on a piano to see if they work. And the middle pedal here, the sostenuto pedal, does not work on this piano. It's rarely used in music. It can be fixed to have it operate. The right pedal works perfectly through the entire range of the piano. The half pedaling works if you're a half or quarter pedaler. The left pedal, all operates perfect. And Steinway didn't start creating the half stick option for lifting up the lid of your piano, so this has the full stick or flat down. While I've had it here, I've had it flat down for most of the time. The piano comes with a matching bench. It's got the same detail on the bottom, but the bench is not original. The bench we purchased when we got the piano about 20 years ago. It's one of those benches that you can store all the music that you need to inside. The thing I do on a piano when I'm checking them out is to play every single key to make sure they work. $201,953. The Steinway XR from 1920. So thanks for watching. Contact me if you're interested. We could even get together on a Zoom call and I could show you anything that you need to see or you'd like to hear me play on it to see what it sounds like. Thanks so much. Bye.